Okay, welcome back to Mr. Scordato's Algebra Classroom. Continuing with our series of videos on some of the trickier two-step problems to solve. I wanted to include something that both included a complex fraction, so a fraction that has a fraction within it, as well as an equation for you to solve that has the variable in two different places. Right now you see it here in the numerator and denominator. A lot of times with problems like this, you'll see it on both sides of the equal sign, and it makes it a little more difficult to solve, but nothing that all of you can't handle. With a problem like this, there are multiple strategies like every problem that you could do. The one I want to show you right now is if you were to cross multiply. Make it a little bit easier for yourself to get rid of these complex fractions. So why don't we do 6 multiplied by a minus 2/3 cross multiply equals a times 5 or 5a. So let's first carry this out. 6 times a is obviously 6a. 2/3 times 6 is 4. Needs to be minus 4. 6a minus 4 equals 5a. So this is when we get to the point where the variable is on two sides of the equation. So what do? Well, just like with inverse operations, when you're manipulating the constant term of your expression, here you're going to do that with the variable term. So we could do one of two ways. I could subtract 5a on both sides, or I could subtract 6a. I think we're going to be better off if we subtract 6a so we can leave the constant on this side of the equal sign. So let's subtract 6a from each side. What are we left with? Obviously, the a's are gone on the left-hand side, so you have negative 4 equals 5a minus 6a is a negative a. So negative 4 equals negative a, and like we discussed in class, you can always just flip that. In essence, you're multiplying each side by negative 1. So a equals 4. Now we could, like always, you have the answer key, substitute it back in. And I'm going to do that in part for you, but I'm curious where you take it from here. So what I mean by that is, if I substitute 4 for a, I get 4 minus 2/3 over 4 equals 5/6. And 4 minus 2/3 is 3 1/3, still over 4 equals 5/6. What I would love someone to do either in class or you could respond via video if you like is that true? Are these two equivalent fractions? How can you prove that to me?